tea. Was that good tea?
Oh, yummy tea.
Is it all gone?
All gone. Such nice tea. Bit of a work. Oh, you ready to go shopping? Let's go. Woohoo! Today's another DIY day, so I'm putting together a bunch of shelves and stuff in the garden shed and in the workshop and in the studio. So a lot of work ahead of me, but it's all starting to come together. It's exciting. Oh, someone's a bit sleepy. You tired? To MJ, this is the balloon shop. The balloon shop and the little trolley shop. Do you know what time it is? It's handyman time. So I'm confronted by one of those frustrating things that happens from time to time when it comes to flat pack furniture and I don't know what you call this, shelving and stuff. One of the holes that's manufactured to sit on this for the door to open is on the wrong side of the bloody door. It's meant to be up here. So I'm just gonna have to drill a hole and hope that that does the job. Aha! Yeah! Handyman. Okay, so it's getting a little bit dark, so I'm going to wrap up in here, but I've built a bunch of shelves and I built my workbench, which is going to be what I make things on in future. I'm going to build some shelves up here. I have a bunch of timber I still have to unload from the car that I bought this morning, but anyway, there's not much of a tour, but because it's getting dark, I'll turn this video into a two-parter. So momentarily I'll cut to tomorrow, and then in good light, and once I've cleaned all this up and sorted it out, I'll give you a tour of the workshop space and the studio space, because it's finished being painted inside. Through the magic of editing, I'll see you tomorrow in a few seconds. And look at that, it's tomorrow already, which is today. Welcome to time travel. This is the workshop. I can't call it the shed anymore because this isn't quite the shed. In fact, that's now the shed. We set that up last week. It's like a cedar garden shed, so that's going to be for storage and a few tools and stuff. And this is the workshop where stuff will be stored and built. So these are the shelves I built yesterday and the cupboard. It's still cluttered because as you can see, there's a bunch of timber. I bought a bunch of framing timber yesterday, as well as some stuff I'm going to build some shelves out of in the studio, which I'll go into in a moment. But yeah, basically I'm going to use this timber to build a shelf along the top here to store all of this timber, and then a shelf up here to store, like, I don't know, random stuff that you don't access a lot, like Christmas decorations or snow and camping gear and stuff. And then this is going to be the more accessible stuff. I have memories of my dad having his shed, and I used to go in there to make stuff as well. And my making stuff was like, I'd paint Warhammer figurines or whatever, you know. But honestly, like, aside from using the workbench to build a thing or two here or there or repair things and stuff, like, it's also like a cool crafty space where you can get a bit messy. I love the idea of sculpting or making, like, painting Warhammer figurines in here as well, with MJ one day maybe. And it's because it's right next to the studio, I can run a LAN cable and I could stream something one day. Maybe we could do like a crafty sculpting or like a Warhammer session one day. Man, that's cool. Although I sold, did you know, I never mentioned this. Those of you who ask about Warhammer thing and point out the Blood Angels character on my mural, I used to collect Warhammer. I used to have this really cool collection, and right around when I started getting into YouTube and couldn't afford to pay the bills because I was transitioning, I sold my Warhammer collection. I got about 600 bucks for it, but I remember over many years I spent a lot more than that. But That was the sacrifice I had to make over the long term to get to where I wanted to be. So one day I'll build my little collection again, and maybe MJ can do it with me. Even if he doesn't want to do it with me, I'll start playing my Warhammer toys again. You watch. I want to make some content out of it one day, you know. Anyways, let's get to the stuff you're actually interested in seeing. So that's the workshop, and as you can see, it backs onto the studio. And this is the studio so far. We've put one of the external lights out here, and the other one's going to go there. We still have to wait for it to arrive. The exterior still needs to be painted, but the interior has been finished with its painting. And there's still a bit to go. The floor needs to go in, excuse the echo. But the painter is finished, and the electricians have done a lot of their work. It's still not fully hooked up, but you can see we have these sort of rail studio lights. They're not the lights I'll be using for filming, they're just the lights for the building. But the painting is done, and we love these beams. They have, I have to talk quiet so it's not so echoey. We have these beams which are just, you know, timber beam things that we had a stain put on them, and they look like really cool. I love it. And as you can see, we have these two walls here are feature walls, and this color is chosen because I'm going to be painting names and little pencils and brushes and art supplies all over this wall and all over this wall, so that forever in Studio 2 will be the community that helped fundraise to make this incredible space possible. So yeah, these two walls, these lovely charcoal walls, are going to be covered with the backers who made this possible. Those of you who watched yesterday's vlog will remember this. We just got that put in, and that's the little bar fridge that's put in there too. And essentially, having this all self-contained like this means that when the toilet's in there, we have a little kitchenette. It means I can have like everything I need. Nearly tripped over. Thanks, buddy. Everything I need to like film for a long period of time, and I can get myself a cup of coffee, go back to filming, go take a poo, go back to filming, go eat a microwaved meal, come back to filming, take a pee and drink and film, and pass out in the cupboard, and then wake up and start filming. The thing I love about this space is that because the ceiling's been raised, it just feels massive. And it is massive. And I mean, the whole point of doing this is so that I have space to film. And it'll all start to make sense once I can put the equipment in here, which will happen maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now. So I have like these rolls of like, you know, green screen, white screen, black screen that'll roll and cover the floor and the wall. So I can do like full body filming. So like, say for example, if I want to do like a Bob Ross parody, which is something I've always wanted to do, I can do that. Just roll down the full black screen and set up a canvas, put on a wig, and do it, you know what I mean? Like the content possibilities are just going to be huge, let alone virtual reality. I'll be able to set up my green screen cube, I'll be able to do VR. It's amazing. There's just so much space. It's awesome. And it's echoey. It's amazing. Anyways, you guys have an idea as to how excited I am about this. So I won't drag on this tour because there's fuller, more substantial tours to come. Once the floor's in, once we deck it out with the equipment that we have, then we can actually move in and start to show things off a bit. So as far as those pieces of content, I don't want to overdo it because I really want to I have so many ideas of ways I want to celebrate this studio with you all, but I feel like I have 2 pieces of content I want to do to officially launch the studio. One is like a montage and sort of an edit of all of the vlogs that told the story of this coming about on the main channel in sort of like an 8-minute video, sort of like a really, you know, the long story sort of summarized and told really nice and short, but really, you know, in a really sentimental and personal way, which really is what this all comes down to about. You know, it's actually an amazing story. It's really touching, and you guys just jumped on board and just made this incredible thing possible. It's so exciting. And then the other piece of content I want to make is a bit more of a parody, a bit more of a having fun sort of thing. I actually imagine doing like a music video. I won't reveal too much about my plan, but it's going to be a bit more of a cheeky, fun celebration as to what we're going to be able to do and what this has been able to be, and how far that's exceeded our expectations. It's an interesting thing because I love celebrating this with you and I love showing you progress and getting excited, but I also at the same time I worry that it comes across as a little like, I don't know, it's interesting to try and balance excitement and gratitude, you know what I mean? So I just want to clarify and just once again take a moment to thank you, because this is just, when I said at the launch of the fundraiser asking for your help to make this possible, when I said that it would be a new leaf, that it would be the biggest thing for the channel, or when we succeeded in the fundraiser and I said that that's going to unlock a world of possibilities, I absolutely meant it. And the stuff we're going to be able to make in here is just, I could only have dreamed of. And this really is a dream come true. And I was in here with Mrs. Jazza just yesterday, just saying that. We were in here at night time and we had 2 working lights, and I just sat in this chair at the end of the room, just like looking at this incredible space and feeling so grateful. And that's why the first thing I want to do when I launch the space and celebrate that on the main channel is to really go through that story and share my heartfelt thanks with you guys, because I'm going to be grateful every day that I get to make content for you in this space. So I know I've blabbered on a lot, so sorry about that, but yeah, I'm gonna keep saying that, so feel free to be annoyed, but it's exciting. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.